Hi everybody and welcome to Fat Worms. I'm going to do a fairly short video today. I haven't made one for quite a while, but we're in the process of moving from the house that we're currently at to go to live in the countryside, and I'm trying to get everything worm-wise all consolidated down so that we can move. So we're going to have a quick look at what I've got in the growout bins, because that's where most of my action is at the moment. I've got 16 growout bins there, 10 litre ice cream tubs. They're all from what I've had in my on the ground compost bins. I've taken lots of worms off the top, and as I've sifted out lots and lots and lots of cocoons, and the result is all of these beautiful baby worms, thousands upon thousands upon thousands of baby worms in each of these growout bins. Not so much in the way of cocoons left. The cocoons have been hatching like mad over several weeks, although if you look really close you'll see some. Yeah, you can see one through the lens there, can't probably point at it, but many of them have already hatched, and they're everywhere here. So that's all I'll show you about that. I'm going to take all of these with me, and I'm going to start an open 3 metre wide or 10 foot wide moving wedge, maybe 3 or 4 feet high, 1.2 metres high, and make that roll across the yard of the new place that we're going to, and produce lots and lots and lots of compost for sale. But more about that when we get up there. So that's the growouts. This is the only breeder bin that I have running at the moment. It's a tub. Oh, I don't know what the size is, but it's full of breeding worms, cocoons. They're probably even hatching in there now. It has been so long since I put them in here. The so-called 3 weeks breeding cycle is probably double that for this lot, and there are so many cocoons in here. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see them through this lens, but it's an idea of how deep it is. It's that deep, whatever that means. Well overdue for being reset, but I just don't have time with moving house. We'll just have a quick look and see what's happening in here. There are worms pairing up everywhere. I don't see any sub-adults yet. There we go. This is, well, I won't say what that is, but there's lots of worms all together doing the worm thing. We'll just call that a party and leave it at that. There's a worm breeding party there. So I don't know what will happen there. We'll probably end up with cocoons that hatch 10 worms at a time. So yeah, there's far too much food in here. I did feed them up quite a bit because I knew I was going to have to neglect them. There's far too much food in here for me to be able to try to do a light migration or any other kind of migration. It's, I think, the optimum moisture level for breeding. It's not slimy, but it's definitely more moist than a compost pile would normally be. Oh, here they are everywhere. So they're going to have to live like this for a little bit longer. And when they've eaten down some of this slow food, I suppose I could just pick that out, but maybe I will, maybe I won't. Next time I reset them, there will be very little of this bedding left. I'll refresh them and just bring a little bit of this across. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with this many cocoons all at once. It's an enormous, well, for me, not for a big worm operation, but for me this is a lot of worms coming. The cocoons, they're everywhere. I'm sure you can see them. Well, I hope you can see them, because I can see them. And everywhere you look, there's lots and lots of worms. You can see the grit that I've put in. It's just finely ground up eggshells that have been baked to make them brittle. And you can see there's coconut coir. There's just straight cardboard. They did have quite a lot of shredded paper, so you can see they've been in here long enough to turn piles of shredded paper into worm poo, and all of those worms all having such good fun and living the best life. So we'll put them back for now, and we'll go have a look at something else. This is my only breeder tray. It's not really a bin, breeder tray that I've got running at the moment. So this is all that's left of my on the ground compost bins. The others are all stacked up over here. Underneath this there's a heap all concertina together. They're all empty now, they've all been harvested except for this one. This is not ready yet to harvest. There's still stuff in here that the worms have to eat. It's still a little bit warm, so there's still plenty of kitchen scrap type material, plenty of green to be digested. There's still plenty of carbon in there as well, and I don't know if we're going to find any, but in amongst all of it, you turn this over and it is alive with worms. There's so many worms. So this is a good method for me to do my breeders and my grow outs in the calm of a shed, and to do my production out here for compost and the adult worms. But as you can see, nothing much happening in that department at the moment, because I don't want to move all of that up to the country. So this is compost that's been harvested, and it's full of worms. I haven't separated anything out, I've just taken it out of the bins, and this is going to a community garden group as a gift from me to them, and they'll put it in their garden and make lots of veggies for the local community, and we'll move up with that later. Here's the first of my worm farms with the sentinel elephant. I've got 3 worm farms going now. This one with red wigglers, and I've just recently today moved a few things around in here, and you can see this is alive with worms. Got a whole lot of stuff in here. There's a lot of non-carbon kitchen scrap stuff in amongst. Oh, look at them all down there, breathing, swirling, whatever. These ones have in the past thrived on neglect. what they're doing now is they're thriving even more, but I'm actually giving them a bit of time and a bit of effort to give them what they should have. This is typically what I see in these. It's just so many beautiful, beautiful worms. Lots of bedding underneath this lot. So there's 3 stories of that. Oh, look. Oh, good worms. So that's all of the red wigglers that I've got going at the moment. We might even have a look at the European nightcrawlers in a sec. I'll just change my gloves so I don't take cocoons over to this. Is where the European nightcrawlers live. I've now got 2 worm farms for them, and the idea of the European nightcrawlers separately is to provide a bit of income for me, breeding up and selling fishing worms. Not sure how that's going to go. They don't breed up anywhere near as quickly as red wigglers do, and I've actually sold some worms just recently, and it made such a dent in the population just selling one little thing of fishing worms. We're going to have trouble finding European nightcrawlers in here to show you, but we're going to have a quick look just to see. Oh yeah, here's some here. Oh, you good worms, yes, they're here. I'll give it a little bit of a fluff up while I'm here. So there's enough for them to keep breeding, but not fast. So depending on how this goes, I may only be breeding these up for my own use. There's some more. There we go, good worms. Sub-adults and some full adults in here. I may actually buy a supply of European nightcrawler cocoons just to supplement. Doesn't look like there's a tiny little one here, and a cockroach. How'd you go, cockroach? Tiny little one there. I'm not going to see much in here, I'm afraid. I may, if I want to do these for sale, I may have to do what I'm doing in the shed and set up breeder bins and growouts and keep these as a reserve. But they are such beautiful worms and in very high demand by people who fish. Oh, sorry about all the noise. Crash bang. We'll have a quick look here as well. Might as well see the lot. I'm shaking you around like you're on a fairground ride. Right, where were we? Yes. Okay. So there's nothing visible on the top of this lot. There may not be any worms left in this at all. But we'll have a quick look, see what we can find. And hopefully there's some young and some cocoons left in here too. And semi-disastrously, yesterday while I was picking worms out for this fisher person, I found a red wiggler in here, and I didn't find a second red wiggler, so possibly it's just one that's come in off a cocoon and only one hatched. But I really don't want the red wigglers breeding in here with these. They'll overtake the European nightcrawlers in no time at all if that happens. Oh, here we go, there's some in here. Not as big a disaster as I thought. It's quite deep here, and yes, there are lots of worms in there, so I won't disturb them. I'll let them get comfortable and breed up again. So, that's all of my worms. And on the 20th of November, we relocate us, all of our goods and chattels, and all of my good worms up to a place called Saddleworth in South Australia. I suggest you look that up, and if you have a look around, you'll see what a lovely Australian country town it really is. And there'll be more videos from me after we've moved on the 20th of November. I'll see you then. Bye. Oh, don't forget to subscribe if you like watching my progress with these worms. And if you like this video, give it a like. Just encourages me to make more of this stuff. See ya.